As soon as you join and share the program for us, we are back again. I couldn't do the show last week due to ill health, but I am back again. And thank you all for your support and for your prayers. We are back. Today we will not be long. Due to technical issue, I was struggling to come on air, but I was determined that regardless, the show must go on today. So sorry about being late, but the message that we are bringing to you today, as I've said, is just a quick update and also a practical advice. Some of the issues that we come across over the past few months that we feel we need to share with you guys. So if someone is going to make that mistake, let it stop. Now the person who motivated will be encouraged from what I'm going to say today to make the right decision, to make the right choices. It's very, very, very important. As soon as you join us, share the program for us. One share again, keep ignorant away. It is not how long we do the program for, but how effective the message is. Today, that is the end. We will not be long at all. Maximum an hour, we will be done. But what we are bringing you today is very, very effective. It's very, very, very powerful. So tell your brother, to tell a brother, and to tell your sister to tune in right now. Or even after the show, just send the program to people so that they can listen after the show. And I believe that they will benefit from the program as well. So let's all share the program. Exactly 30 past, I'm starting the program. So, yes. I know I was late today. So some people might think that the program might not even come on today. But I was determined that regardless of what, the show must go on. Yes, that's the reason why I'm here today. We're bringing you the legal artists. Yes, that's the way we do it. So share the program for us as soon as you join us. Exactly 30 past. I'm bringing you the immigration updates, the care worker visas, student dependent visas. If you're a student dependent and you're in the UK, so maybe you are finishing school, but you are not sure as to whether you can apply for a skilled worker visa, whether you can apply for postgraduate visa or not. Maybe you have failed a course, maybe you have failed a unit, you are doing residency, your visa is about to expire, you don't know what to do, what you can do to solve your problem. We are bringing it to Today Life Encountered, to the studios of Airline Radio and the media homepage as well as Justice and Law Solicitors. So to join us, share the program for us. Yes. Let's use this time to also share the program. Help us share the program. Let's share the news. That's why I say, tell me what I know. Yes, we know Benanto. That's why I say, tell me what I know. Yes, man, you know Benanto. That's why I say, tell me what I know. Yes, man, you know Benanto. That's why I say, tell me what I know. My own box. Rexford. Maybe I'll be a chef. Share the program for us. Yes, thank you very much indeed. Also, I would like to take this opportunity to thank everyone for all your support, for all your prayers. I am back in good health, as you can see, and therefore, the struggle continue. A luta continua. We also thank God for the gift of life. It's through His mercies that we are still alive, that we have to keep pushing. And for me, all that I can do is to do the best that I can to help you to solve your legal problems in the United Kingdom, especially when it comes to immigration and nationality law. As you know, Justice and Law is one of the formidable law firms in the United Kingdom, especially when it comes to immigration and nationality law of this country. Those who have tried us will testify and say, yes, Justice and Law is fabulous. Justice and Law can do it. And it is only possible because you have made it possible. Today, what do we have for you? What are we talking about? I have not finished sharing the program. So bear with me whilst I do the best that I can and share the program, so that most people have, so that people don't lose out, because a lot of time we get phone calls back. Did you not do the show? I didn't get any feedback. I didn't get any link for me to listen to the program. So bear with me for 2 minutes whilst I finish sharing the program, and then we can then start the program in full gear. So bear with me. Let's just listen to this tune, and then I will then do that. Yeah, okay, now let's start the ball rolling. We managed to push the figures up. Let's see what is coming. Statement of changes to the immigration rules, 19th of February. Basically, this is what we have for you. Let's just go through the update, and then I can then take my time and go through the practical advice that people have to be aware of. Thank you very much for tuning in. The statement of changes of 19th of February 2024 will remove the right of care workers and senior care workers to bring in dependents. This will come into force on the 11th of March 2024. So let's take our time and listen to this very, very carefully. If you are a dependent, or if you are a main applicant in relation to care work or senior care work, and you want to bring in your dependents, you must do the application as soon as possible and in any event before the 11th of March 2024. That is, if you are now applying from or outside the United Kingdom. So let's say I live in Ghana, for example. I have been given sponsorship and I want to apply to come to the United Kingdom. Make sure that if you are outside the United Kingdom, this is important. The main applicant and the dependent make sure that you put in your application before the 11th of March 2024. If you are applying to come in as a care worker or senior case or senior care worker, make sure that you put in your application from outside the United Kingdom before the 11th of March. So the cutoff point, I will say, will be the 10th of March. Or to be on the safe side, even a week before. Just in case something goes wrong or you need to perhaps, do some adjustments. Don't wait until 10th of March and then you just walk into a lawyer's office and tell the lawyer that, you need to, your sister need to apply today because tomorrow is the deadline. My sister and his children, or my sister and the spouse, is very, very important. Lastminute.com does not help you, and it does not help the lawyer either. It puts strain and it puts stress on the lawyer as well as yourself. And potentially, also, it increases mistakes because everything will be done in a rush, last minute. And we all know when you rush, the potential of getting it wrong also increases. So for me, it is very, very, very important that we do the best that we can and give ourselves ample of time. So in this case, I will suggest that things are done maybe a week in advance. So give yourself maybe up to the 6th of March. If your brother, your sister has managed to obtain certificate of sponsorship and he or she intends to bring the family along under those circumstances, I will say to you that they should put in the application as soon as possible. And for me, 6th of March should be the cutting off point. Or in a worst case scenario, by 10th of March. I say 6th of March because it will give you enough time. Everything will not be done in a rush. And when you do things in a rush, people tend to make mistakes. And it does not help if you rush and you make mistakes. Because at the time, you're going to be blaming the lawyer will be blaming you, and everyone will be blaming everyone. And whose interest does it serve? It serves nobody's interest. And therefore, for me, it's very, very important that we don't leave things till last minute. Let's try and do things in advance. So with the changes, there's going to be statement of changes on 19th of February, which is about a week time, where a statement of changes will be made, and it will remove the right of care workers and senior care workers to bring in dependents. And in effect, if they are going to do it, they must do so now before the new changes comes. Someone will say, what about those care workers already in the United Kingdom? What about senior care workers who are already in the United Kingdom? Some time ago, the government made an announcement that those already in will not be affected. Those already in will not be affected. Because in UK, when the law is made, the law generally does not apply retrospectively. You don't go back, you don't make a law today and then take it back and apply it. So the law is always going forward. So if the law is made today, it applies to applications being submitted from today going. So it's very, very, very important that we understand this principle. And I say to you, in any event, if someone is about to apply and the person intends to bring in dependents and the senior care worker or care worker visa, then don't wait. If you have made an application and it has been refused for your children, I will suggest to you that make sure that you reapply before the 11th of March. You do what? You reapply before the 11th of March. Why am I saying this? I'm saying this because so many people have contacted us over the past, I would say 2-3 months, and it's not a joke. The problem that a lot of people have had is the doctrine of sole responsibility. The doctrine of sole responsibility, whereby the applicant perhaps may have a child with someone. The relationship doesn't work out, and the sponsor, or I would say the main applicant, move on into a new relationship, and they may decide to bring their child. And the doctrine of sole responsibility simply means both parents are responsible for the child. And therefore, if a parent is in the United Kingdom and the parent wants to bring a child from a previous relationship, you need to be able to prove that you, the sponsoring parent in the United Kingdom, you have sole responsibility over the child. That means you have control of the child. You decide what happens to the child, where the child resides, which school that the child attends, which church the child attends. In terms of ill health, if the child is not well, in terms of clinics, hospitals that the child attends, in terms of treatment, who makes the decisions, who pays for it, and whether there is a custody order in place. So these are the things that Home Office will be looking at in order to be able to be convinced that a parent have sole responsibility over a child. Right. So if a parent has got sole responsibility over a child, then normally there wouldn't be any problem. But the problem is this: when the Home Office is not convinced that you have a sole responsibility over that child, such application would then be refused. Many people only run to lawyers after the application has been refused. And all of a sudden, they come to a lawyer and they expect the magic wand to be rolled and for miracle to happen. Lawyers are no miracle workers. When you come to lawyer after an application has been refused, it makes it even more difficult. Sometimes it's not easy. Especially if someone has got a very, very bad immigration record and they come to you and they expect miracles straight away. It does not work like that. As a lawyer, you have to work with the law. What does the law say? Are you able to satisfy the requirement? That's what we can do, and then help you by advising you so that you can put in maybe sometimes a fresh application. So in this case, if you are a parent and you are now traveling to come to the United Kingdom, or you are now going to do your application for yourself, for your child, and maybe your new partner, then you need to prove sole responsibility. Without being able to prove sole responsibility, such application would then be refused. So this means from 11th of March 2024, care workers and senior care workers will not be able to bring in their dependent. Full stop. And when we talk about dependents, we mean dependent child or children and dependent partners. So we should put that in our mind. And therefore, if you are going to do such an application, time and tide waits for no man. Do the application now, and in any event, for me, put say 6th of March as a benchmark, because in a worst case scenario, 10th of March is the last day that you must put in your application. And my advice to you is don't wait until last minute, because if you wait till last minute, you're not going to get any lawyer to do it for you. And even if a lawyer is going to do it for you, it's going to charge you more, because the last minute rush also exposes the lawyer to a risk. So for me, if you're going to do it and do it and do it now. Now, 14th of March, statement of changes. The minimum income requirement for partners applying under the Appendix FM will be increased from £18,600 to £29,000 from 11th of April. So once again, if you are going to do a spousal application, the cutoff point is 11th of April. Once again, I will say put a time limit and say 1st of April. Give yourself an ample of time so that it does not become last minute rush for you to just rush and do an application. I will suggest to you that do the best that you can and put in your application for spousal applications as soon as possible. There is no time like today and there is no time like now. Do it and do it now. Because from 11th of April, the threshold, which is £18,600, is going to be increased to 29 choppable £1,000. So let's try and do it like that and do it quick. Someone may be here on a student visa. The person may have met Mr. Right. They are intending to get married. They want to put in their application. Maybe the man who is settled or a British national is working and earning £19,000. In this case, what can they do? My only advice is push the marriage date forward. And as soon as you are married, don't wait for no man. Put in the application as soon as possible and in any event before the 11th of April. If you are intending to travel and get married outside, maybe you are going to Burkina Faso, maybe you are going to Ouagadougou, maybe you are going to Yamoussoukro, maybe you are going to Bouaké to get married. Your intention is that your husband or your wife will join you in the United Kingdom. Maybe your plans is to go and get married done in June 2024. If you are working and earning, say, £19,000 in such scenario, you could perhaps rush and move the marriage date forward. So that as soon as you put in the application, as soon as the marriage is done, you can then put in the application. So unfortunately, things are changing fast, at a fast pace. Every day is a different story, and we keep hearing different things. So for me, it's very, very important that you do what? You rush, you get it done, rush to Justice and Law Solicitors. Let's put the application in as soon as possible, so that we can also do what? Avoid this financial increase threshold. We will not be able to reach it, and therefore, for me, the sooner you do it, the sooner you are able to move things forward. Now, also, the government has announced that there is going to be further increases. Even after we have increased it to £29,000, there is going to be 2 more increases, and the final one will take effect by early 2025. So this government is determined that the financial threshold at some point is going to be £38,700. This was the original intention, and then people started speaking against it. And therefore, there was a bit of C10 or U10, you call it whatever you want to call it. And then the government said, okay, fair enough. We cannot increase it to £38,700, but what we are going to do is to decrease it from £38,700 to £29,000. which is now coming into effect on 11th of April. So there are going to be 2 further increases, and there's going to be further announcement in this regard. As soon as we know it, as soon as we hear it, Justice and Law Solicitors, we will bring it to you live and colored from Justice and Law Facebook homepage, Fire Life Radio, and David Darko homepage. So you stay tuned, and we'll bring you more update in this regard. Now, the statement of changes will also increase the earning threshold for those on the skilled worker route from £26,000 to £38,700. This change will come into force from 4th of April 2024. Let's pay attention to this. The health and care visa route is exempt from this change, as are workers in national pay scale occupation. So listen to this. There is going to be an increase from 26,200 to 38,700 in respect to skilled worker route visas. And when we say skilled worker route visas, it means all the skilled worker route visas, but there are going to be exceptions. And the exception will then be the health and care worker visa route. The fee increase will not be affected, will not affect this. So we need to be aware of. Other changes include the implementation of any changes following the Migration Advisory Committee's rapid review of the shortage occupational list. What they are saying is this: the 20% going rate discount for routes on the list will be removed. These changes will also come into force from early April. It's going to be a bit busy in the next couple of months. But health and care workers, all these changes or the fee increases, you should not be bothered about it. But what you should be bothered about is your dependents who may not be able to come and join you in the United Kingdom. So if you are going to do an application, I would suggest that you do it as soon as possible so that the changes, you will not be affected by the changes that are being proposed. It's very, very, very important. Also, the EU Settlement Scheme visa regime. In August last year, the government brought in a very, very, very tough rules in relation to late application. If I tell you, you will not believe that some people are still living here and they have not done their EU settlement scheme. They still have their old type visa, which is the EEA family permit and, residency card and so on and so forth. The government made a lot of announcement, a lot of noise, encouraging everyone to switch from residency card type of visa, permanent residency card, into a skilled worker visa, into an EU settlement or pre-settlement type of visa. But some people, their ears are so hard. They decided that, it doesn't apply to me, without actually listening to us. Justice and Law Solicitors, we made so much noise about this back in 2020, when the settlement scheme was wide open and the government was encouraging people to do it. I made an audio and I said this settlement scheme is going to create another Windrush generation. When I said it, people thought that it was a joke. And we have heard about stories about Europeans living here and being told that they are at risk because they're going to be removed or deported. We have heard about cases where people have actually traveled and on their way back, they did not allow them entry because they have not done the settlement or the pre-settlement scheme applications. Home Office have been very, very tough since August. I myself have done application for people who came in for very late application. And I told them straight, look, brethren, you are looking for trouble. You know, on one application, I did it within less than 2 minutes. A rejection letter came straight up that your application is invalid. Why? Because it has been submitted late. You know, so these are some of the difficulties. These are some of the problems that a lot of people have faced. You see. So it is what it is. But people started, you know, campaigning hard about how unfair the system is. And now the Home Office have come up with a new guidance notes to caseworkers from 16th of January 2024, and also basically making it now a bit more possible for people to be able to put in late application. How is it possible? I will leave it to you for you to book appointment and come to Justice and Law Solicitors. Don't just stay on the phone and try to be smart and ring in and try to get information and then say God bless you as a currency. No, because now when you ring, our receptionists are going to be tough. They have every right to ask where you are calling. It's not that I want to speak to lawyer and you get access to lawyer and then you start asking questions upon questions, and as soon as you get the information, you say God bless you. Whilst others have paid lawyer to do job for them. How is lawyer going to work if he's going to allow people to get easy access and keep asking questions? It is not done anyway. And especially those who have no intention whatsoever of coming to lawyer and pay for the services. They want it free. Some people have even the nerves to say that, well, let me send you my documents, have a look through at the documents, and see whether everything is okay. You are sitting in your house expecting lawyer to use his time to go through your documents for you and tell you that it is okay for you to go and do your application. And they use God bless you as a currency to bless lawyer. God bless you alone does not pay lawyer's bill. God bless you alone does not feed lawyer. You come in, you pay some money, you get a job done properly, and then you can then bless lawyer and say God bless you. Small blessing, small cash is a blessing. But God bless you without cash is annoyance. And therefore, it is very, very important that those people who have the habit of doing it, stop it. Because we will not grant you easy access to speak to lawyer. And unfortunately, those people are very, very, very aggressive and also very, very disrespecting. Because as soon as they don't get their way, they start complaining to people. But what they don't do is to tell the people that they are not prepared to book appointment to come in, and therefore the secretary was asking me questions that I don't like. Of course, any firm that you call and the secretary picks up, it is the duty and the obligation on the secretary to basically to weed out the time wasters and basically invite people who are serious to come in so that we can help those people. Not everyone deserves help. Not everyone needs help. Some people, unfortunately, are time wasters. If you give them an inch, they will take a yard. If you give them a yard, they will take a mile. They don't know when to stop. They will push you to the limit. And therefore, everyone has to do what is in their best interest. And therefore, for that reason, I have, left a message to my secretary that whoever calls, he must know who is calling and why the person is calling. Because if he is sitting there getting paid and someone just ring and he just give me the phone, then I might as well get rid of the secretary and get an answering machine. Because answering machine can do the same job. So when you ring, and of course, the secretary is asking questions, I don't think it's something that you should be upset about. Because anywhere and everywhere that you ring, of course, you'll be asked a question. So don't assume for 1 minute it's a Ghanaian firm and therefore they don't have the right to do the same thing and ask you questions. It's very, very important that whatever we do, we show respect to the man at the end of the phone. Because without such a person, I cannot do the job by myself. And therefore, if you disrespect that person, you disrespect me. Because there is no point disrespecting that person and trying to show me respect. No. I work with the person, so if you disrespect the person, you are disrespecting my office, and by definition, you are disrespecting me. So I beg, whoever picks up the phone, let's show the same courtesy that you will show to me, to that person, so that the person can return also the courtesy. It's very, very, very important that in our walks on life, everything and anything that we do, anyone that we come across, regardless of our status, regardless of our deity, we must always show respect to our fellow man. Because at the end of the day, my brothers and sisters, whether we like it or not, we all need each other. Without you, I am nobody. And obviously, without some of us, through the Spirit of the Most High, some of us would have made wrong choices. Some people may still be hustling to get their papers. But God led you to the righteous path. God led you to justice and law solicitors. Now you are free. You are free like a bird. And therefore, let's work together and everything will be all right. So I thank you for that. Enough said about that. Now let's also move on to this one here. Some of our brothers and sisters, and this is a real life story that I'm going to share with you. And I'm only hoping and praying that if someone is in this situation, the person does not make the same mistake. Long-term thinking is very, very, very important. Long-term gain is far better than short-term gain. Yes, I'll repeat this. And penifose edidida, eyese edidi prepo. Long-term gain is very, very important. Long-term gain is better than short-term gain. Why am I saying this? Someone came to see me some time ago. The person is a dependent, and the person's husband is a student. As we all know, if you come in as a student, term time, you can only work 20 hours. And as a student, you also have to pay tuition fees. The student is the main applicant. As a dependent spouse, there is no restriction on you as to how many hours that you can do. So let's look at the scenario. That means the student will have a lot to deal with. Apart from paying the school fees, the student also have to attend lectures. The student also have to work a maximum of only 20 hours in a term time. By so doing, it paves the way for the dependent spouse to be able to work countless hours. Equitez-moi. So in this case, most students come in struggling, sometimes even to raise the money to pay the school fees. They cannot do more than 20 hours, and therefore their life is a struggle. The option available to the student in most cases since they cannot afford to pay the tuition fee, is to stop the school altogether. Once they stop the school and they don't pay the school fees, they don't attend lectures or classes, the school is under an obligation to tell the Home Office that as soon as Sikewu hasn't been attending classes, Mobutu Sese Seko is not attending classes. And therefore, what then happens? The visa will be cancelled. The main student visa will be cancelled, and by definition, the dependent spouse visa too will be cancelled. So do not think for one moment that if the student visa is cancelled, it's not going to affect you. Because the student is the root and you are just a branch. So if the root is cut off and the root is dying, how much more power, how much more right do you have as a branch? If you have a child, your child becomes the leaf. So once the root goes, the leaf and the branch, it goes down. So listen to this. Lawyer Dark, the person came, I explained all this. And I said, in order to avoid this scenario happening, you have the freedom to do more hours. You are working and you are making a lot of money. Why don't you use some of the money to support your spouse so that he can attend classes, he can attend lectures, so that your visa, his visa, will be intact? As soon as I gave this advice to the person said, oh, it looks like a very good solution to our problem. The person went home, and then Abusua Krachi. In every family, there's one in it. The two know. There are some people in a family who thinks that they know it all. And there is always one in every family. We can pretend that it doesn't exist, but you and I know that it does. I call them Abusua Krachi or Abusua Krachi Wa. Everything, they will take pen and paper and book long. They think they know it all. This person went home, Abusua Krachi said, no. Why do you have to pay someone's school fees? When the person gets the degree, is it going to be in your name? So the person managed to tell the person that I've advised otherwise. Okay. The person, Abusua Krachi in this case, was short-sighted. He wasn't thinking about the long term. In his head, why should you work and use your money to support your husband? It is unheard of. Don't do it. So, kowa de kowa, yakali. So, the person could not afford the school fees, and the person stopped the school. 3 months later, the person received a letter from the Home Office that the educational institution has informed us that you have not been attending classes, and therefore the sponsorship has been revoked, and since you haven't been attending the school, your visa too is going to be cancelled. All of a sudden, the Abusua Krachi, who was being tudo, when the woman goes to the Abusua Krachi and said, bro, based on what you told me, this is what has happened. Abusua Krachi turned around and said, but I'm not a lawyer. When he was giving the advice, he was making too sure. As soon as he got to the crunch, he told his own flesh and blood, but I am not a lawyer, so go away. So I always say this country, each and everyone is responsible for their own actions. You cannot come and tell me that my Abusua Krachi told me to do this and therefore I did it. The Abusuakrachi did not put a gun to your head. Abusuakrachi only offered an opinion. You decided to take Abusuakrachi's opinion because it favors you. You decided that the professional advisor you have paid money to get, you decided to ignore. And listen to Abusuakrachi because at the time, it favored what you wanted to do. It favored your agenda. And therefore, you and only you have to blame yourself. Don't blame anyone. At the end of the day, yes, Abusuakrachi would have maybe influenced your decision making, but Abusuakrachi did not put a gun to your head. And therefore, we all have to be responsible for our own actions and what we do and the decisions that we make. At the end of the day, we are captains of our own ships. I always say this, that you can never advise anyone in the Babylon. Because in this country, everyone has got their freedom. Even professional advice, when we give to people, they may decide to dump it. It's up to them. You can go to the hospital, a doctor can give you a medicine, you can choose not to take it. It's your own palaver. So that's how it works. So it is very, very important, I say, when we are thinking, let's look at the bigger picture. If you have come in with your partner is a student, he is struggling to pay the school fees. Don't be too smart, because too much of everything is bad. When you think you are too clever, believe in me, in the end, you will see how foolish you have been. It's very, very, very important. Think about the long term. Think about the general, what will help everyone. Don't just sit there and say that, well, I am the one working. I am making my money. Why should I contribute and pay my husband's school fees? Why should I contribute and pay my, wife's school fees? At the end of the day, when he or she get the certificate, it is not in my name. Yes, it is true, it is not in your name, but when the visa is cancelled, let's see whether you can go to work again. Let's see how much you'll be able to work again. Let's see how your visa will be cancelled, and let's see how you will survive in Babylon. Babylon is between you and your God. And I will never stop saying this. I have seen people who have come to me. Their visas are expiring. Their brothers, their sisters, their own flesh, their own blood will watch them for their visa to expire. And then later on tell them that when I came to this country, I struggled to get my papers. So why do you want to get it easy? They will make you sweat. Your own mother, your own father, sometimes they will put you through hell. Your own child, they will allow your visa to expire for you to struggle and sweat. Sometimes what they say is that I will teach her a lesson. I will teach him a lesson because he or she did not listen to my advice. For me, it is not a clever move. It is just my opinion. Opinion varies. Opinions are like noses. Everyone has got their own. I do not see why you want to see someone suffer. What do you get out of it? When I look around and I see people suffering, it causes me enough pain, enormous pain. It's for this reason that I have taken this mantle, that I will keep pushing and pushing and pushing until the last man, the last woman in the diaspora is able to have peace, that is able to get their papers. Because not having papers is equivalent to madness. So why would you allow a situation to arise knowing that your own child, that your own father, that your own brother, that your own sister is going to go through tough times mentally, physically, psychologically, whilst you could have helped the person. For me, it baffles me. I don't understand. And I don't get it, and I don't think I will ever get it. Yes, we may have differences in opinion. Tupac once said, the fact that I don't like you as a person, the fact that we don't get on, that does not mean I don't want to see you eat. Eat you may, but not on my table. Yes, if you're in a position to help someone, for me, do the best that you can and help the person. That is called humanity. Allowing your own flesh, blood, someone that you know, someone so close, and you're in a position to help the person and refusing to help the person, or the guys that want to teach this person a lesson, and then what? What would you gain from that? Why would you want to see someone suffer for you to be right? I don't get it. And I'm going to say this. People will be surprised. But once I explain it, people will see that there is the voice of legal reasoning. I'm making sense here. Some people will do you a favor. Some people will do things for you, not because they want you to succeed. Is that logical? Some people will help you, but they want to help you to fail. Some people will help you because they want you to succeed. Your success is also their success. But some people will help you. Your success is their failure. Your success is their pain. Your uplifting is their problem. Does that make logical sense? Maybe no. Maybe yes. But when you think deep, you will know that what I'm saying is truth. If it's not truth, at least there's an element of truth in what I'm going to say. In life, sometimes when you start a project, you're going to have so many people around you, and they will pray. Or in some cases, in their own sort of way, they will hope that you don't succeed. What then happens? As what you are doing is becoming success, that is where their problem also starts with you. The more successful you become, the more they will build hatred, disliking towards you. Everything that you do, they will have something negative to say about it. That is where the word enviness and jealousy can also kick in. Enviness is where someone wish that they are you, basically. They are in your shoes. And jealousy is where someone basically doesn't want to hear anything good about you. All that they want is to bash you, bash you, bash you. Anything good that you do, they will have something to complain about. Anything that you do, they will have something negative to say about. Even if someone praises you, they have a problem with it. That is called jealousy. And when it becomes extreme, it becomes hatred. So the question is everyone around us, is anyone around us really want us to succeed? Some people may. Some people genuinely, from their heart, you can tell. For me, it's important that you judge people individually, but not as a group. Very, very important. Don't judge people based on stigma and stereotype. if Lawyer Darko, you come to me and I chop your money and I don't do your work. When you are talking to anyone, say Lawyer Darko chop my money, he didn't do my work. Don't say all lawyers chop your money and they don't do your work. Because you did not give your money to all lawyers. You only give it to one. Very, very important. So the life that we lead is not everyone that contribute to your making. Do it wholeheartedly. Some people actually want you to fail so that they can say that I did everything for this person, I've done this for this person, and yet he is so useless, he has failed. There are people with a jealous heart. Those are the people who want to say bad things about people. And therefore, they may even try to pretend that they are doing what is good for you, but at the back of their mind, they are plotting evil intent against you, hoping that everything that you do fail so that they can then capitalize and say, you know what, this person is useless, this person is this person is that person is that. And normally, people will only do that if they sow the seed of hate and jealousy and the seed of maybe enviness. So how does this work? I will say, well, in my mind, I want Tina to fail. Yet, maybe Tina may need help. And then I am pretending that I want to help Tina, as an example. My motive is that I'm helping Tina, but yet I wish that the help that I give Tina doesn't make good use of that help and fail. Meanwhile, behind Tina's back, I'm telling people how useless Tina is. So even if Tina is looking for 20 pounds to start trading, I will be willing to give Tina 20 pounds to trade. Or I will give him a loan to use it to trade. But at the back of my mind, I'm praying that Tina doesn't succeed. Because I'm going around trashing Tina to other people. As soon as Tina fails, self-fulfilling prophecy, I will tell those people, what did I say to you? That Tina is useless. Even I give him 20 pounds to start trading, and yet he has failed. Because at the back of my mind, I see Tina as a failure, and therefore, Tina is fulfilling my prophecy. So when I say some people can help you, but their motive is for you to fail. Many a times we say, oh, nyamu ebe ye, nyamu ebe ye, nyamu bwade ye pe. The very person who can say nyamu ebe ye, the person will have a problem with you. So let's be very, very careful in our doings and in our souls. And let's be careful about giving people platform to trash others. Everything that I'm saying it for a reason. This week, a case came before me. I was shocked. The person said that, lawyer, if I hadn't come to UK, I did not know that there were so much tribalism within the Ghanaian community in the UK. And I asked the person, what do you mean? The person said, lawyer, I was looking for work. The person that contacted me told me that if I go to the workplace, I should pretend that I am from a certain tribe. And if I do so, the supervisor will give me the job without even thinking. But if I don't mention that tribe, and I mention any other tribe, my chances of securing the job is significantly reduced. However, there is one particular tribe. If you say you are from that tribe, then it's 0. Wow. I ask myself, is this possible in this 21st century? If European is doing it to you as a Ghanaian, a black man, you say a white man is racist. You are doing it to your own countrymen. And for some reason, our people don't challenge this tribalistic mentality. People see what is going on and they keep quiet. Silent means approval. You are as bad as the person practicing it. When you see any tribal bigotry I think we must all stand up and fight against it. The whole idea of this person is from here, this person is from there, that person is from there, for me, is a joke. Do you want to know where you come from? I can bet you the so-called Ghanaians, so-called Ivorians, so-called Nigerians, none of us is 100%. I can guarantee you. And if you want to bet me, I am prepared to pay for you to do DNA me, where your ancestry can be traced, and you will see that you don't come from one place. Lawyer Darko, out of curiosity, I've done one. And I was surprised. I was pleasantly surprised about the outcome. I was skeptical about these DNA people. So I changed my name. I wanted to test whether it's true. So the name that I gave wasn't even a Ghanaian name. I gave them a different name altogether, different date of birth, everything different. I just wanted to test whether these people will be able to, in fact, tell me where I come from. And surprise, surprise, I'm going to say this, and you will be surprised as well. When the DNA results come up, it showed that I am 74% Ghanaian. 74% Ghanaian. I'm not 100% Ghanaian. But yet, I can sit here and claim that I'm Ghanaian. 74, that means 26 is from somewhere. Where does it come from? When I looked, Nigeria is in my DNA. Congo is in my DNA. Chinese is in my DNA. Europe is in my DNA. So can I sit here and say I'm 100% Ghanaian? It is not possible. Then you sit down and you start thinking. You go back to history. If you are religious, then you ask yourself, if in fact the Bible story is a true story, or we believe in it, then it is not surprising. Why am I saying this? Because the Bible tells us that God created Adam and Eve. Only Adam and Eve. And we are all ancestors of Adam and Eve. So if we are all ancestors of Adam and Eve, then that means one way or the other, we are all connected as one. So why do we allow ourselves, because of label, for us to discriminate against another man, another woman, and thinks that since you are black and I'm black, it is okay. But when a white man does it to you, no, it is not okay. I don't follow. My head doesn't, I don't get it. So brothers and sisters, before you open your mouth and you start, maybe putting certain people in a box and treating them unfairly, maybe we should rise against that. This is the 21st century. My DNA is all over the place. So if I have a bigotry mind and I see Nigerian and I start insulting them, indirectly I'll be insulting myself. If I see Congolese and I start insulting them, part of me is Congolese. I'll be insulting myself. If I see Chinese and I start cursing them, I'll be cursing myself as well. If I see European and I start cursing them, I'll be cursing myself as well. Because whether I like it or not, there is a bit of all that in me. And therefore for me, if you think that you're 100% Ghanaian, I will bet you I am prepared to pay for the DNA me on condition that the results, I will come here and tell everyone, for everyone to know. If you think you are 100% Ghanaian, I'm happy. The telephone number is here. Just send me a text. Yes, I'm prepared to do it. If you can pay for me, I will do it. And I'm happy to come here and say the result. I really want us to open our minds. Because some of us, our minds are closed. We live in the 14th century. Our minds are not open at all. It's closed shut. And therefore we need to wake up to modern day reality. So that's all that I can say in this respect. We need to rise up and we need to rise against racism, all the isms and sexisms. It takes us back. It does not move us forward. Treat individual as you see them. Respect individual as you see them. And if someone is behaving in such a way that you don't like, you address the person direct. Don't just generalize it and use it against a group of people because of an experience that you may have had with only one or few of them. In this country, I've come across different people, different shades of life. They have shown me love. They have shown me respect. I will be fool as a businessman to have a closed mind because it will not help me in any way. Justice and law, we have a diversity of clients from all over the globe. And therefore, we have to show respect, courtesy, and decency to all these people and respect their cultural sentiments. That is what we need to do as people to move forward. Now, the last bit that I will talk about is a Ghanaian passport and dual nationality. Ghanaian passport and dual nationality, some countries accept dual nationality. United Kingdom, for example, do accept dual nationality. So that means if you hold UK passport, you can also hold another country's passport, but you need to check that country whether they accept dual nationality. Some countries, as soon as you accept UK citizenship, you have to give up your nationality. But people from Ghana are fortunate enough. Ghana accept dual nationality. The United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland also accept dual nationality. So that means anytime that you are traveling to Ghana and you are holding your Ghana passport, you don't need a visa. All that you need is a Ghanaian passport and your British passport. When you are traveling outside from the United Kingdom to Ghana, when you get to the airport, just show your Ghanaian passport. That means you have the right to be in Ghana. You don't need to apply for a visa. When you get to the Ghana airport, just show them your Ghana passport. It means that as a Ghanaian, you have free passage and then you can enter the country. When you are coming back from Ghana, when you get to the airport, just show them your British passport. It shows that you have entry to the United Kingdom because you're a citizen. And when you get to the UK, show them your British passport and that will allow you entry. So for me, it's very important that parents in this country, if you want to save money and save yourself headache, your children apply for a Ghanaian passport for them as well if they have a British passport. If they have a Ghanaian passport, you can also apply for a British passport for them so that you can use it interchangeably. If you go to Ghana Immigration Services website, a case went before the Supreme Court. I think the case is called Asare and Asare, or the Asare and Attorney General. The citation I cannot remember, but I think it is Asare and the Attorney General, where the Supreme Court of Ghana held that those people holding dual nationality do not even need to apply for dual nationality card. Their passport alone makes them a national of Ghana. And therefore, if they are traveling into the country and they are holding a Ghanaian passport, they do not need to apply for a Ghanaian visa because they are already a Ghanaian. And therefore, for me, it's very important that we do what? That we bear this in mind. And those of our brothers and sisters who wait for their passport to expire, and they will sit there and sit there and sit there, they will not renew it. The whole idea is that, why should I renew it? I am not traveling. If I renew it and I don't use it, that means I'm wasting money. Massa, stop that thinking and go and renew your visa, your passport now. It's a ridiculous way to think. You must always have a valid passport with you at all times because you simply never know when it will come in handy. I'll use my own life as an example. One time I was traveling to Ghana, and whilst I was going, I get to the airport. I was trying to check out, and my British passport had less than 6 months in there. The airline wouldn't check me in because what they said was that they need a minimum of 6 months duration of your passport before they will allow you to board their plane. Wow, lucky enough. I had a Ghanaian passport as a backup. As soon as I pull out the Ghanaian passport, they must say, no problem, I can use this passport to check you in. So it saved the day. If I was trying to be too smart and too sharp, thinking that my brain is so sharp that I want to save every penny, that day I would have lost my plane ticket, which cost me about £800. How much does it cost to renew a Ghanaian passport? I will leave that to you. I cannot impose that on you. But let's wise up, let's be smart. Don't think about it. Let's think about the long term, and everything will then be all right. So I thank you for tuning in. It's exactly 12:30. I'm going to activate the telephone lines, and then we will take some phone calls and bring the program to an end. I thank you very much for all your prayers, your continual prayers. And I will say this. I don't know who this person is, but someone came to testify. Someone came to tell me this. I was very, very touched, and I was very, very, very moved by this. One of my clients is a cab driver, and he was taking this lady to the airport. And whilst, on their way to the airport, they engaged in a conversation. And the cab driver said that, he's very, very worried, in the sense that during the weekend, he has received a text message from his lawyer stating that he's not well. Since I've known the lawyer, he has never, been sick. All the time he's been well. And that he's been praying for me for a speedy recovery. The lady then asked who the lawyer was. And he told the lady that, oh, it's Lawyer Darko at Brixton. As soon as the lady heard it, according to the cab driver, the lady just jumped from her seat and then started praying. Hard prayers for me. And the cab driver said that he was very, very touched. He was very, very, very moved. And the good job that I'm doing for the community, I should keep doing it. Because good name is better than riches. Aya ye wakase bi se ye ka ho asem papa won ti gise bone. Medie ye ka me ho asem papa mete pa. And personally, I always say I will judge people according to their conduct, not what someone tells me. And this lady, I don't know who this lady is, but I thank you for your prayers. All those who prayed for me, I'm back in good health, and we will continue to fight your corner. Let's pray this tune and then activate the telephone lines. is 07538 969 589. If you like to call in, if you have any question that you want to ask, then by all means, please do call in. Exactly, we've got only 18 minutes, 1 o'clock sharp. We are bringing the program to an end. So if you want to call in, this is the time to call in. Right. Anyway, we are still waiting for your telephone calls. If you want to ask any question, Bali, come. Say hello to Baby Fire. Baby Fire want to see you. You are relaxing. Okay. So basically, changes are ever and I diabremo. Say, oh, question with a so gusa a quiet edda emao. A beer and yet a topica yayo juma. Name or question be about immigration. Then in that case, with the idea, with me afraid. At the end of the day, we are here for you. But once the program is finished, I move on to other things that we do. Senka, one was any text and come with me, Frank Eboa. A be a question of Busano. A Busana a solve obiso a problem. Idea amano. And Tina Ebanisana emania interactive. Emania interesting. And a beer advice a bema sonona a beer ubiso a quine amano. And our advice is kaufra kebeboa. Don't think about what someone may say or what someone may feel or what someone may think. Because say we are in a so sound word drew up. And then there's a weekend at home. And then there's a way. Now with me a with me a few honor. And by all means, the lines are still activated. One thing I will also say, let's bring a bit of family law into this as well. Just to give some parents some advice. One thing that I will say is this. Okay, let's take this caller. Hello.
Hello, good afternoon, lawyer.
Hi, good afternoon to you. How are you?
What is it?
Nyankopo Adum Boko. Nampacho Hane Kase.
I'm in my Watman from Dawson.
My Watman from Dawson, Bibia Wokode.
Namanya too candy to bed. And then the way I bought tire show white shirt green and Indian. Who look very smart.
Oh, thank you very much.
Now, I hope we have also be out here.
Nyame Adompa, Ubia.
I mean, it's a little nursery. Let me so more half table this week. Next week.
Sabe Pepe, or more after.
You made that one correct. Now, lawyer, I met friends, a program I met, would buy Metawasi. wakasapa na respect the be a mekase igniapa na lawyer wo kasa no asema wo ka say a tiefo any woman you make me down no because of dawa that is what you do any day and amount of the kasa.
That's right.
Yes, I respect and no tell you what of our secretary we're trading utiameka not so friend not say and kraka some the hell well I some no crowd kasa na say ubufu na utiake man di pa no crowd some I can want you
David
oh you actually oh who can and you best stretch for say why are they edin say yin na ye actually but you back room and to know ye nya ganani amana metrawo amechire you I'm from the quality I'm 20. Yakotra Madonna and you see a lawyer. Where do you get on the license? What's all got check it? Nothing. That's what I know a church on the Munyan to what fear. So who did the Nimwa or say, lawyer, you want to watch it or church? Maybe you have a country and you are the bottom because my passing beer. Ain't you men say at your force? Who said it? A man is secretary for Munyan would tell it. So for the telephone, so I'm on the Cassan, and I was there. No appointment in the Kukuno. Because you have first idea and tell me after that. Well, if you didn't be a show, my view will come out there. Or a fence or you took to me, dear. My car assembly actually.
That's right.
But what is that now? And Manqualano, so I will my banner. A time I so could be a baby.
Yes.
To mess for them, and that the only diapa. Young son to go here. What when I go to transfer, what can it be? They didn't know what the shadow question. And you being Conco Dinko, my Nipamin lawyer to do a pleasant any day. And Washington Jewish security. And all that also, so this is what Jimmy security. Black country.
That's right.
No cheese. And you someone lawyer, I'm near him, what that's now I come on. I mean, me, and I follow you. And I was waiting at me. And who's that seven? I won't come in here to money. Every work woman. That's
right.
And also all Pesica. But a Jumano, so yet Jumano with Nyanya, no one threw a Kumama. No, I Jumano to me. And a Yasiki. Still, Messer said, Yankupon, one of the Yahan, one better all that I will see, no, the other church. So, I won't crack a wooden crack out to you, Grana. I said to be one, make us in some hour came. What do you mean the two muffle? What do you mean the two gruffle? What do you mean excellency, no one dream? What be what dream? No one dream. No one saw some of a bacon. If he a big thing up, Namisabi, and Babana, whatever. Because Cassabi or a lawyer, a Cassa as a winner. Debbie, or be called baby, Mammy, you will come out at the first. Eh, yapa, John Walama, Kumakuno, and Walami and Penny for. Now what should I be called? My sister knew a buy, meaning my sister, or shopping center, and I buy what you know, say no call. Can you believe saying now what you know will be back, maybe your head, man? And that I knew. And that all come on, men on no banner now, what you know, what's some bonnet. And the man report away. And the man to command a man. Into who I am shopping center. Please, me Pamacho. And I'm going to say, somehow can find him. I think. You see, I know. And you know, see, I see. You may make you next week. In CFA, you know. One I did go see it. Now, so one Kata, he pays what saw you, lawyer. What saw you for you? That is also a corner. What you done? Who will pass the move?
Of course. Agenda. So.
Yes. Who will pass it? What's up with you now? Na kana ni na record no de ko mankwala na no hia nkwala no pa wo cho ana me paketwa aka no a be ba Alex ka ho ana o ni makwala no no say awadan so no cho na me ba no say I don't want to get involved please
simple
na ba no ko away ko ba no be ka chen simame oh me na ye no na mako school no o wa dia wa ko ye obi ewu no wa ko na wa twa ko pay respect no wa ko jira shop a wo ye mu aduma no
na wo cancel
na wo tini panato
look
no one tell ya Yeah, no, you know what you. Who will go there? So I would be
Debbie. Now, I mean, the problem then is for me, I am your community now. We give platform to nonsense.
Yes.
Any pan or record, you know, maybe any pan can make challenge any pan no cancer. So, because Senipane can also do on a wootia. Not indirectly, no, you are encouraging the person to be talking nonsense.
Yes.
And to all kinds of muno, what catch us a mammy? You are young cheers and bonnet.
Yes.
So, who didn't know problem? I don't know what tears in one country. Now, after one go, after I saw it. I don't know now, you look a pedio. I am bad. And you know, less than you may see, so we can say, challenge the person. No many panel funny moody because all challenging the pana. Obeja is in Muno. Obos the next time, Obeja. Because it's not nice.
Yes.
So
now the person and
of course.
Yes. Oh my dream job. Back when you're 22 years, you know what's going to be. The veteran is here, mamma.
I'm personally.
Then I was out of home with my son. Nicola Sunday about the ball. Cassa, you shitty. Yan shitty at the hardening. Yan shitty at the hardening. The way wave the other than I will come.
Yeah, and so okay.
The homophobia was attitude. Oh, what you know who produces any boyfriend. Or then what I said. And she young funny, no maybe you didn't know say, and yet, as you could not out there.
Yes, I will.
And come on, it's never mind any positive.
Yeah, that's it. Thank you very much for your wonderful contribution. Hello. Hey, now one of the energy say, I was seriously. Hey, you, Ebe.
Lawyer, good morning, good afternoon.
Also good afternoon, Nibi. Bibi Abokode. Some of the more Friday, say you heaven, Kakra, who free heaven ever, young quay.
Oh, look like that, it's just package.
It's Scotland, your ghost country. Some of the move him, and England, they were hell.
Lawyer, told me to say.
Yankopo Adam Nemon Piebo, Mehoya.
With ye, men carry your man to bed 3 weeks ago. She said, with the actual was the station, on one extreme. Now, we were communicating to me, and Yamoshi. They saw a mamma, Yako. It was a shock to me.
Yes.
Before I think the hour, Nipa also, what to say you when you cry, when you have the scrap through where.
Yes.
I can't tell a young man like this. Exactly.
Last week, around this time, here, Obeso me die. Madam is on you, but Obeso me die, pardon, we say at the right time, no, make him once.
Oh, all right.
And you know, I mean, I've known him for 10 years. I don't have any bad word to say about this man. You know. And the funny thing is, the first time that he came to see me, all the way from Coventry, about Justice and Law Solicitors, I sat down with him. Now the visit be with the next day. Me jade me ye anything in our post office. It could post to. And what they be friends. And since then, basically, we are like a family, you know. And you know, he was a good soul. He was a good man. I'm for the crazy. Now, if we are sitting at the Biamecano, he said, "Ubeje with him at all." And no, yeah, said Ubeje with him because Marka media when you know my life, I will always remember him.
Oh,
you know, you are such a gentle soul.
Yeah, I know. You 10 years a year, that is enough.
Yeah.
That you should have able to say something good about him.
Yeah.
Oh, that because I was shocked. I was like,
yeah.
am I kidding?
It's one of those things. I couldn't believe it. Still, I couldn't believe it to the point to say, the wife had a death set in the brain. And so I made JD for real, say this has actually happened. Because name is Sissy, you know, me say, Mammy, a small catch, they were sure. Miss her doubt to idea, until said death set in the shame, and said, boy, this is the official confirmation. This is not a joke anymore. This is no doubt, you know. But if we are saying Yakopon edema, Yakopon edgy, you see, in every situation we try to do the best as we can from that situation. And now, Obisusu Freema, the lesson that we learn is the character of the individual. How can we use that as a source of inspiration for the next generation? And you know, I'm for the crazy now. I was your first one.
So I'm a bushia or you're a back. Yeah, you're bushing and
almost 80 pounds or so. Almost that was it. And TVBS,
my second, okay. So the BS now the better go.
Okay, yes.
Okay. The patrol. What from maybe a FM war Northern Ireland about say Manco for skills visa. Now maybe I need no
skilled worker visa lady, the whole of the United Kingdom. And and Cochrafone Mirafone Dawson are more people. Because Ubia Eba, Ayanakrophobia Ganiba England, as opposed to the other parts of the United Kingdom. But a whole because Omuhian Pano agent immediate. Enti ama attention kakra so alcohol.
Okay.
Yeah. Ti akwa says right now no. Se wo pe genuine employer. Enkoye darikane featuring fife biadia. You are more likely to get a genuine proper one without any under table a through that a honomono. We say England dear. Ye no. Oma bibini chance. Na ebi so take advantage editing someone ama ekofo su krumu papa.
Oh yeah
edwa kram no obi kon the same thing okofo bi na o man domiciliary enipa den drive chin so drive so
how is she going to work? That's the problem.
Just say some ni bo awoti ya ebi atonton mu fie abeba krumu ebre obi to office no osu mama say rade be ye de wa brochire enye easy o.
Enye easy.
Enti adwuma wo.
I say na menya a friend saying NHS job. Na next time me ni adwuma no fi Northern Ireland. Tin komodi di man or cafe. The chrome yes sir. And me ma all the link in the man but on say me no adibia ya na me pese bi tie fro ho. Yeah. Even though wakabe but I just want to be sure of myself to say was it the right gender? So even when you are applying, is it in the right gender? What's that good link and all that? So lawyers, that's not so material. Then meaning say I am in the right gender. Now, especially this said, the young son is so big to chrome hanum dada. Na only crack cry, if you're onyan in your ma, not a person apply, can that person apply straight away from Northern Ireland?
They will not give you the position because of your immigration status. And I say, okay, your application, the crown for skilled worker visa now. The rule they say you must have an existing visa, and you may have a problem. Having said that, Miankasa will be visa would. Your application, man, it put you in something called mitigation. A economic argument. The entire under normal circumstances, they should treat this case as an exception. The caseworker was generous enough to give the exception every new visa man. But in the general scheme of things, it also will refuse. Right, it is an
so be by England, not the skills different by England. Now she wants to change and swap to Northern Ireland. I know she betting me because most of the people here are not getting a job to do. I know, even if I don't know, I can tell you about 13 people which I, Christine, know they are not working and they have been struggling.
So those people, what the link name no more apply. Now almost switch it. I don't know if I'm switching, you know. Why?
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much, lawyer. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Christine from Scotland. Bye.
Bye. Nice one. Let me say it's about one. Tidi Jumeti no eba nevi. Ye demu nyina amase enti now me fa nwumwe enyamo kwai. Next week you besa ehia bi. Nyame enko bi bia. Nyame enhia obi
Baby.